Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
I don't either. I don't know what's going on. Hold on.
Stop sharing. I'll share it.
Okay, let me stop sharing. We'll start over. You want me to redo it?
No, we'll just start from here. Good morning, everyone. We're going to start our Bodhi Day service with our Kansho. Morning, everyone. Welcome to our Bodhi Day service, our Dharma family service. Bodhi Day is the observance of the enlightenment or awakening or Bodhi of Siddhartha Gautama. We also know as Shakyamuni. We also know him as Shakyamuni Buddha, right? That Shakyamuni attained awakening awaken to Bodhi, right? This awakening. So it's really on December 8th is the day in the lunar calendar, solar calendar that we look at. I'll talk about that a little later, but we're celebrating today. So we'd like to begin our service with Sutra chanting, and we will chant Juseige, and the words will appear on the screen. Namandam, 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 namandam. Gagon chosegan hishimu jodo shigan fumanzok seifu joshogak gaomunyoko fuidai seshu fusai shobingu seifu joshogak gashi jobutsudo myosho chojippo kukyo mishomon seifu joshogak ryokujin shonen joe shubongyo shigumu jodo isho tenin shi jinniki endai ko fushomu saido shoujo sankumyo kosai shuyakunam kai chi egen meshi konmoan heisoku shoakudo tsudatsu zen shumon koso jomanzok iyoro jippo nichigatsu shujuki tenko onpugen ishu kai hozo koseku dokuho jōdai shuchu seppo shishiku kuyo isai butsu gusoku shutoku hon ganne shitsu joman tokui sangayo nyobutsu mugechi tsudatsu mi fusho gangaku erik toshi saisho som shiganyakoka daisen okando kokusho tenin touchin myoke namo amida butsu 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 ganni shiku doku byodo sei sai dohotn bodai shin ojo anna Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Okay, next we would like to recite the three treasures. And once again, the words will appear on the screen. The three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life, now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the Buddha Dharma, now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves your supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depths of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in your life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriad ages of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Okay, thank you very much. So welcome once again to our Bodhi Day service. And hang on just a second here. Once again, Bodhi Day is the celebration of Shakyamuni Buddha attaining awakening or enlightenment. I think awakening technically is a better word, but enlightenment we understand too as well, right? Bodhi Day is one of three special services that we do in Buddhist Churches of America, that we do here at Buddhist Church of Oakland, that are related to the life of the Buddha. So Hanamatsuri, Buddha's birthday. Bodhi Day, Buddha's awakening. And then Nirvana Day, Buddha's memorial service, right? This observance of when Shakyamuni Buddha passed away. So these are, we also do Shinran's life, right? With Gotane for his birthday and Hongo next month for his Memorial Day. So some of our services, right? Our special services are these kind of commemorative services. They commemorate a special event. Now, the interesting thing too is that Japan switched to the solar calendar in the late 19th century. So these dates are based on the solar calendar, but other traditions might do it more by lunar calendar. And, like Chinese New Year, how Chinese New Year moves around, it's not on the same day every year, right? That it kind of moves around depending on the lunar calendar. Same with these for other traditions. The other aspect of that, though, is that these also took place in India. So, you kind of think about, wow, is Shakyamuni Buddha sitting under a tree to attain enlightenment in winter? Right? Was it cold? Was it 50 degrees out? Was it 30 degrees out? Was it snowing? No, it was India, right? So I don't really know, what the climate must have been like when he attained enlightenment for Bodhi Day, right? Maybe it was November, maybe December. But these are some of the kind of funny, it was also 2,500 years ago. And who knows, right? If the dates are really, really these true, realistic dates. But they're nice to be able to kind of observe in our yearly kind of service schedule. So what I wanted to do was, during the opening video for the Kansho, there were some pictures, and one set of those pictures are pictures that we actually have here in the Hondo of the Buddhist Church of Oakland. So let me share that here. So here are those three pictures. And these are in the back of the room. And, if you've never been here, you haven't seen them. Even if you have been here, Have you looked at them? Right? They've been there for a long time. They were here when I started in 2009. They were here when I was a student in 1999. I think they've been here for a long time. You can tell they're kind of faded a little bit from being in the sun too, but they are nice pictures. There's actually 6 pictures on the left side and 6 pictures on the right side. So they're pictures, again, kind of like those special services, commemorating various important events in the life of Shakyamuni Buddha. So I'm just showing this set of 3. The first one, you'll see there's Shakyamuni Buddha sitting there. In the back, you can see some other people. Right. And so those are the people that Shakyamuni or Siddhartha, maybe we should call him. He hasn't become Buddha yet. This is before he's Buddha. And he's been doing these really difficult practices. So you can tell he looks really skinny. That's an image we don't normally have of Buddha as being skinny. I think a lot of times we have the mistaken image of him as Hote, the very rotund, one of the 7 lucky gods in Japan, right? One of the gods in China. But no. Shakyamuni was probably very, very skinny, if not emaciated, because of those difficult practices that he was doing. But over here on the right side, you can see there's a maiden offering him something in a bowl. So she thinks he's the spirit of the tree. And so she wants to make an offering to the tree god. And so she gives him, whether it was yogurt or milk or, some kind of nourishing sustenance that he wouldn't have eaten in his previous practices, the ascetic practices that he was doing. So one aspect is that his friends there who are watching are like, what's he doing? He's not supposed to do that. You may also notice it was really hard to take this picture. And so you see these reflections of the windows, but I actually came to like those reflections because it shows where you are. If you know what our windows look like, you can see them. This shows, right, that this picture is here in our Hondo. The next picture is Shakyamuni as he is going through that process. He's meditating, and this picture shows the attacks of Mara, right? Mara is delusion, right? Kind of personified. And so Mara sends the hordes, right? Mara tries to tempt Shakyamuni. I think he tempts him with greed. He attacks him with anger, right? Tries to keep Shakyamuni mired in samsara. But it didn't work, right? Shakyamuni is able to attain awakening. And so here we have this final picture. You can see the halo has been growing through the various pictures. It was there in the first one too, but now, right, he's fully awakened, sitting there beneath the Bodhi tree. And so this is a really nice picture. I like it with the, you can see the tree, and maybe I can zoom in a little bit here. There's Buddha, here's some, animals and birds, but up here, look, the shape of the Bodhi leaf, right? They got that Bodhi leaf shape into this picture. So, there's nice pictures. So that's one thing you can do when you come back to the temple, right? Hopefully in January, to be able to come into the temple and this place that you haven't been able to be for a couple of years, right? Maybe you'll see it with new eyes, right? Maybe that not being able to be here could possibly deepen our appreciation of it. But, I wanted to think about a little bit, Bodhi Day, Buddha's awakening. What would that be like? What is that? And so I was thinking one way we could maybe think of it, maybe it's kind of like an epiphany, kind of an aha moment that I think we all have, right? Oh, I get it. Now I get it. This kind of like, this moment of realization. In Japanese, it would be naruhodo, right? That's one of my favorite Japanese words. Naruhodo. Oh, I get it. And it's kind of aha. So maybe that's kind of what Shakyamuni had, right? Except it was a major aha moment, right? It was a moment about the life, the universe, and life, universe. Sorry. This is from the Douglas Adams book, right? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Life, the universe, and everything, right? This wasn't just aha about just one little thing, right? This was awakening to the true reality of existence. We could say, in one sense, middle way. That, Shakyamuni Buddha awakened to the middle way. He also saw causation, how causation works, karma. Right? He realized, oh my gosh, wow, that everything we do is because of causes and conditions from the past. And if we're not aware, we're trapped. We just keep making the same mistakes again and again and again, these kind of habit energy. But if we can awaken to this, right, if we can realize this is what's going on, maybe we can break that cycle. I think he also awakened to impermanence, right? This truth that things are always changing. He awakened to interdependence, that nothing exists in and of itself, right? That things only exist in the context of other things. I only exist in the context of others. And he also awakened, maybe we could say, to oneness. That's where that joke comes from, right? What did the Buddha order from the hot dog vendor? What did he say? He said, "Make me one with everything." Right? That this oneness, right? That we think we're separate, we think we're different, that we're absolutely other, right? I'm me and everyone else is everyone else. But Buddha awakened, no, actually, from the point of view of Buddha, it's all one, right? We're all connected. Buddha also understood, though, that if I'm not awakened, I don't understand that. If I'm not awakened, I'm not free of causation. If I'm not awakened, I'm easily tempted with desire. I easily get angry, and it's because of this ignorance, right? The three poisons. And so Buddha's awakening wasn't just wisdom. After awakening, he could have just sat there forever, or he could have left and gone into the mountains and just, enjoyed his enlightenment. And that's an aspect of enlightenment, this bliss of enlightenment. And that some people, maybe if they attain it, they just enjoy it. Not Shakyamuni. After attaining enlightenment, he stood up and walked away from the tree and taught, because he wanted other people to learn about this. He wanted other people to be able to attain awakening too. And he taught for what? Over 50 years. So that's the flip side of wisdom, compassion. Right? That wisdom and compassion, those are the two sides of the same coin. If you're Buddha, you can't have one without the other. Right? Wisdom isn't something just to hold on for oneself. If you realize, wow, there's a way to end suffering, then if you're Buddha, you want to share that with others. So these are our ideals as Buddhists, even as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists, right? This wisdom and compassion, that there's more than just what I see, to aspire to see things as they truly are, not just from my limited viewpoint. And also this kindness, this compassion. So, I'd just like to share something else. I spoke to Dharma School a little bit earlier today and wanted to share with them. Let's see, I'm going to share it with you too. Being in America, if you just watch TV, you get a lot of Christmas stuff, huh? And we're coming up on Christmas, and Christmas is great. I love Christmas. It was so important to me as a kid. And my mother and father did so much for, I remember waking up when I was a little kid, and we had a 2-story house, and I woke up and I heard something, and I went out to the hallway and I looked down, and I could see down in the room where the Christmas tree was, I could hear movement, the light was on, and I just sat there looking, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's Santa Claus, right? And I went back to bed. I didn't go, somehow I didn't ruin, well, it was Santa Claus, right? Because I came down the next day and there's all the presents. So Christmas is so wonderful. And I feel like as Buddhists, maybe in the old days, I've heard stories where I think some people felt like, as Buddhists, we shouldn't celebrate Christmas. And so, as kind of a holdover from that, we do maybe have a tradition of, instead of a Christmas tree, Bodhi tree, right? Here's a nice picture of a Bodhi tree with the Dharma wheel at the top. This was made by Brian Nagata several years ago. There's like Buddha ornaments. There's a origami crane ornament. There's even a Bodhi leaf ornament, which is really cool. These might be earrings, I'm not sure, but here's Buddhas, right? And so the Bodhi tree as kind of Buddhist substitute for Christmas tree, or maybe you can put Buddhist ornaments on your Christmas tree, right? I think either one is fine. We actually have the Bodhi tree in the office, the little one, which is really nice. We've also got these nice, this BCO gingerbread house. These pictures, I had to take them. I can't find the originals, but I took them off the Instagram page, the BCO Instagram page. So you can go look at them there afterwards and hit the like button, even if it's an old post. BCO, and you see a Nenju over here made out of M, or maybe Reese's Pieces actually. And then on the other side is the Dharma wheel. Okay. And so, there's different ways we can observe Bodhi Day. I think it's okay to be different. You don't have to do Christmas, but you can if you want. You can, not everyone does Christmas. That's what I wanted to tell the kids. It's okay to be different, right? We don't all have to believe the same thing. We don't all have to be Christian. We don't all have to be Buddhist either, right? We can appreciate others in their difference. Maybe that's part of Buddha's awakening too, realizing ultimately it's all one, but the world that we live in is difference, and that's okay too. So thank you very much for joining us for our Bodhi Day service. This awakening, maybe we can get a taste. I like to think, even, as fully, in our tradition, we don't attain enlightenment in this life. And yet, enlightenment's always calling out to us. The Namo Amida Butsu is the name of the Buddha calling to us. When we say Namo Amida Butsu, we are connecting with Amida Buddha. We're connecting with the wisdom that Shakyamuni Buddha awakened to. So maybe we get a taste. Maybe, you get stuck in your life, stuck with my view, my opinion. I'm right. But when we say Namo Amida Butsu, I hope it opens us up a little bit beyond just my own limited perspective, and maybe a bigger perspective or another perspective. And then also being embraced by this compassion, maybe some of that kindness will awaken in us too. So as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists, we appreciate Shakyamuni Buddha, but we recite the name of Amida Buddha. So why don't we conclude the Dharma talk for this special Bodhi Day service with Kansho. Reflecting on this life event of Shakyamuni Buddha, the awakening of the Buddha to wisdom, and also Buddha's manifestation of compassion, let us recite the Nembutsu, the name of Amida Buddha, perhaps tasting a little bit this wisdom and awakening, Bodhi. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Okay, thank you. And I'd like to turn it over to Robert Noguchi for announcements.
Okay, thank you very much, Sensei, and good morning, everyone. Nice to see everyone here today. A few announcements coming first from the church. First thing is not on the screen, actually. The December Shotsuki service is available on YouTube already. So you could go ahead and view that at your leisure. Okay, so the next thing is the Mochitsuki. We're going to have a mini Mochitsuki next Sunday, 1 week from today, December 12th. The forms went out. Actually, my form, this email actually showed up in my spam and junk mail. So if you didn't receive one, and it was basically sent to Sangha members only. So, because we want to fill those orders first. So, because we're only making 300 pounds of mochi. So it's just the Kagami and the Komochi are the only options available this year. So that'll be happening next Sunday will be the pickup. And the form, like I said, if you didn't receive one, take a look in your junk mail and or your spam mail, and possibly it landed there like it did with me. So, okay, let's see. Along with that is the GYBA's annual toy drive. We already had the one drop off during the salmon bento last month on the 20th, and there will be another pickup or drop off. Will be on December 18th. But because of the Mochitsuki happening next weekend, toys can also be dropped off here at the church on December 12th during the Mochitsuki. So we appreciate all the toy donations being made. And thank you very much for that. And thank you to the GYBA for coordinating this event. Moving on to the BCA website, the Center for Buddhist Education will be having a seminar on making the Dharma connection, Buddhism and children's books, with guest speaker Kiyo Masuda. So that'll be happening on Saturday, January 8th, 2022. And you can sign up. This is the sign-up sheet that online sign-up that appears on the CVE page or on the BCA website. Just scroll down to the events. Okay. Another thing that's happening is reflections on the life and work of Reverend Gyome Kubose, being hosted by Reverend Marvin Harad, the Bishop of the BCA, on Saturday, January 22nd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific time. Some of you may know Reverend Kubose spent his early years in Japan and attended UC Berkeley and got his degree back in 1935. And then he went to Japan to study and then settled in, eventually founded the Buddhist Temple of Chicago. So that will be happening on Saturday, January 22nd, 2022, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific time. And you could sign up, register online at the bottom of that flyer. I think that's all I have from the Buddhist Church of Oakland, and from all of us. We'd like to thank you for everything, all your contributions, your support, and all your good thoughts. Please stay safe. Have a wonderful holiday, and I'll turn it on. Happy New Year, and I'll turn it back over to Reverend Bridge. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Yeah, this is actually our last Dharma Family Service of 2021. And if I can, I might post a couple messages up on YouTube, and we'll send you out the notification of that. Otherwise, we'll hope to see you in at the very end of the month, end of the year, with New Year's Eve. So thank you very much, everyone. And why don't we conclude our Bodhi Day service with Kansho one more time, reciting the name of the Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Thank you.